To my very surprise, I was hiking on the Lake Poway Trail in Poway, California, and I discovered one lone specimen of this mystery plant that I've been filming a series on. So these are what the flowers look like in the wild. The leaves look a little bit different. Flowers are more or less the same in various stages of bloom. Now, this one's a deeper orange, but the leaves are a little bit less waxy looking. They have pointed ends. But needless to say, it's the flowers that identify this. So on day 39, here's my lone plant outside for some natural sunlight footage of the flowers. It's basically a vine, and once again I'm kind of disappointed to have a vine because it's annoying for indoor growth purposes to have something sprawling all over the place. That's why my honeydew vine will eventually go outside, just like last year, because it takes up too much space. It's too unwieldy. But for the time being, I'm really enjoying these flowers. They're beautiful, and I'll be showing you lots and lots of macro footage shots of flowers from various angles. We can see the leaves here are pointed at the tips. As this thing gets bigger, it sort of more and more resembles what I saw in the wild. So that lone wild specimen occurred at the bottom of a boulder, and it's typically that kind of interface in the wild that provides for a lot of trapped rain runoff whenever it rains, which is very rare in a place like Poway. You know, it doesn't get much rainfall at all. It's just chaparral. Some people would say it's sort of a desert. But anyhow, the rock traps water underneath, and that's where all the roots are for the wild specimen that I just showed you at the beginning of this video. And, you know, people and animals likely go there to urinate too, because it just seems like a good spot like that for next to the trail. So I kind of have the impression that this is somewhat of a water intensive plant. You know, it just doesn't seem like your typical chaparral bush or scrub that can also grow into a tree eventually that has all those water conserving features. This sort of more appears like a vine, so it needs a pretty big root system, I would imagine, and a good source of water to maintain all this leafy growth. I mean, the leaves do appear a little bit waxy, but that's not quite the appearance I got from the wild. You know, so I have no idea if this is an annual or perennial plant, and if it can come back year after year, if it's a perennial. But, you know, I just encountered that one specimen, and that makes me think it's more of a water hogging plant, because if it wasn't, it'd probably be everywhere. So I don't even know what pollinates this. I tried to take this outside, and all the European honeybees were just going after one type of white flower that was being cultivated in the region as landscaping. You know, they completely ignored all other kinds of flowers, and these flowers are really small, so they're probably not worth a honeybee's time. So I tried hand pollination instead. I hope that works.